let's stick on the Darren Till thing just for now. Then we'll move on to the potential other fighters that could get onto the card, because there's probably loads there, especially local fighters, but also maybe a couple of Irish or Irish related, Gunnar Nelson maybe. But Darren Till, who should he fight next? Because Leon Edwards won a fight at UFC London, called him out. There's not many people or many fighters lining up to fight Darren Till. Gunny called him out. But then you have the likes of Colby Covington is there. Of course, Darren Till was pushing for the Stephen Thompson fight when he was on with us. He was calling for that fight. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. For you right now, based on all the kind of different fighters we have and the different stories, different reports of who's fit, who wants to fight. I know Jorge Masvidal said he'd fight him, but he also said he'd fight him in June or July. He said that he's doing stuff before that, so that's not going to happen. So who stands out to you right now? Who's the right fight? What's the right fight?
The right fight, or who?
For you, what's the perfect matchup for you, regardless of who you think you'll fight?
To sell UFC Liverpool, I think the best person to put him in there is against Mike Perry.
Yeah.
I think it would be promotional dream. It's going to sell out. The show's sold out already. Darren Till is the main event. The show is sold out already.
So you think this is the best for business?
Best business, so. Darren Till, Perry. Perry's on a 2-fight loss streak.
See, that's the problem.
Only problem.
Yeah.
He's not going to fight Wonderboy. Wonderboy is not going to take a fight against Darren Till in Liverpool.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the fight.
Really?
Yes, that.
Interesting. What about Gunnar?
I think Gunnar will take it. Gunnar said he'd do it.
And what makes Mike Perry a better fight than Gunnar Nelson?
Because I just think...
The story-wise?
Yeah, I just think the promotion of it, the shit talk. Perry needs a win. He'll be desperate. He'll get emotional. He'll get attached. It'll be a crazy fight. It'll be a fight that, you know, they're going to stand and absolutely throw, and it could be magic.
Yeah. I think you can look at it from two angles on that one. I think if you're looking at it from the angle of if he fights Mike Perry, that's going to sell more tickets. It's going to get people more enthused about the fight. It's going to get people more hyped.
No, I don't. That's not really needed. No, it's not needed.
No, that's not really needed. But that still stands. That's a fact. That's going to happen. If you fight someone like Gunnar Nelson, maybe the trash talk won't be there, and maybe you know, you're not going to get as much hype. Although you'll get hype from especially the hardcore fans who say Gunnar Nelson's a legit threat to Darren Till, but you're not going to get the trash talk. You're not going to get all that the show business part of it. But then, that's also not needed either, I don't think, for Darren Till in Liverpool. You look at Conor McGregor in Dublin. He fought Diego Brandao, somebody who can't speak English very well, somebody who, at the time, was a little bit of a threat in the division, but wasn't...
Conor would carry the whole...
But so could Darren Till. That's the point. Darren Till could carry that Liverpool card on his own.
Could be the fight.
And the perfect underline for Darren Till being able to carry this card on his own, it's all they had to do was say Darren Till is fighting somebody in Liverpool, and everybody was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Somebody. Now put an actual real person in there. He's fighting the dreaded black outline on UFC.com right now. The nobody. He's fighting a broom. But if I just love that one. He's fighting a broom. But put him in there against pretty much anybody, and he's going to sell it out. So you have them two things where you can say he can fight a really good competitive fight versus Gunnar Nelson, and not that Perry isn't, but he can fight the guy on a losing streak, but probably there's going to be more entertainment in terms of trash talk.
Loss.
That's true. So, bit of a weird loss.
Ponzinibbio could be the fight.
I was just seeing an MMA junkie poll, and 47% are picking Colby Covington to face Darren Till.
See, again, I think
trash talk wise.
I know. Yeah,
not that he's great at trash talk.
I just think in some ways, if this was we're just talking about Darren Till's next fight and it was in Vegas or New York or whatever, the Colby Covington fight probably happens. But the fact it's in Liverpool, I don't know. I think they want somebody that will stand with him,
possibly,
and have that. So I think Ponzinibbio could be when you ask me who do I, when you said who do I think Perry would be great for. I just think it'd be madness. The fact like they have the promo was there in itself. Darren Till beats Cowboy and Perry's up against the cage screaming obscenities at him. You know what I mean? That was epic.
Yeah, I get that. I just disagree with it because 2-fight losing streak. I don't think it's the best.
If you ask me who I think should happen, it should be somebody on a winning streak, like Colby Covington, like
what about
Ponzinibbio.
Leon Edwards? Leon Edwards called him out. I don't think there's a lot of fanfare behind that one for obvious reasons. Leon Edwards is an excellent fighter. It's a really good fight. It's a really good competitive fight in my opinion.
I think it'll be huge in UK European scene, but a lot of the Americans might lose. Like, you got to remember, and this now Leon Edwards is an absolute animal, but I mean, for the American audience, they want to see Darren Till. He just beat Cowboy Cerrone, for God's sake. They're
I get that.
Cowboy is one of the stars on the flag, like, at this stage. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, they have to put him in against somebody that's recognisable across the world. I'm not saying Leon's not. I just think I just think they'll want Till fighting somebody higher up, I think, in the rankings.
Possibly.
Like Till spoke about, and we've spoke to numerous fighters about, it's hard to get somebody up the rankings to fight someone down the rankings. I just think Mike Perry and Till have something personal, so that's why that could happen. Covington, I don't think it'll happen in American fighting, just coming and fighting in Liverpool. You never know, it might happen. But Ponzinibbio could be the guy. But in line with what you said with Conor and Brandao not able to speak great English, didn't need to be, man. It was Conor McGregor, and in a way, Darren Till. You look at Darren, when Darren
that's
comes
what I'm
on
saying.
here, Darren Till sells the fight himself. Man.
At the end of the day, it's going to be the Darren Till show, so it doesn't really matter who he goes against, in a sense.